The Clash Anytime update not only sees the removal of training time, but we also get a new army UI and recipe menu, which I'm going to tell you everything you need to know in this video. The revamped army button will take you to your army screen, but you no longer have the train troops, brew spells, or build siege machine tabs because they're not needed. Everything is ready to use instantly, all of the time. Clash anytime. So before we talk about recipes, let's walk you through this screen. On the left, you have your 4 heroes, much more prominent than the previous army screen, but it also features the pets and equipment, and by tapping any of these tabs, you can then adjust these. So if I press the Barbarian King, it pulls up the menu whereby I can switch the pet, equipment, or even just swap out the hero to a different one. This is the same UI that we seen implemented into the old army screen, but it essentially means that you can easily swap your heroes and pets from here. And by the way, this screen is also modular. So as a lower town hall level, when you don't have all of your heroes, the hero icon will be larger. So it just gives a better experience for those players. And it's also nice that you can see which hero skins you have active as well. Whilst there is no more recovery time for heroes, if you are upgrading one, it is clearly displayed. There is the hammer icon at the top, and obviously the bar itself is grayed out. So you would want to swap to a different hero if that is the case. It would be nice to drag and drop the heroes if you wish to reorder them rather than doing it manually, but I know the team will be looking at a lot of feedback and looking to improve this feature as well. However, over to the right side of the screen, you can notice tap to edit on any of the different areas. So we have the troops at the top, then the spells, siege machines, and clan castle troops at the bottom. This is your active army. We're going to talk about recipes in a moment, but tapping any of these will pull up a keyboard style menu from the bottom, and here I can select any of the troops that I wish. And obviously there's no training time, so they will just instantly get added to my army. Tapping off this will take me back to the army tab, and you can notice that once you do have a lot of icons in your army, they will actually overlap each other in an attempt to let you see more of the troops. You can drag and drop these if you wished, just to reorder your army, but at the moment that doesn't do anything when you actually go into an attack. There is an indicator to let me know that I do not have the full capacity occupied, and there's no reason not to now either, because there is 0 training time. You can also delete the entire army using the trash icon at the top right. Moving to the spells, this is exactly the same, so I'm not going to go over it in any great depth. You also have the same principle for the siege machines, and then when it comes to the clan castle troops, these are the troops that you would like to request for your loadout. If I were to press the request button, this would pull up a blank request where I could then just fill in whatever I wanted. Notice as well that when I have the clan castle digital keyboard pulled up, it actually shifts the entire screen up over so that I can see the request as well, and then it moves back down. So that's kind of cool. And they're also transparent, the icons, when I do not have the clan castle troops. What this means is when I press the request button, it's already populated for me to then send. You also have the raid medal icon, so you can quickly fill your CC through those, but now you can fully see the icons, meaning I do have them in my clan castle. But why is the clan castle troops built into the army in this way? That takes us to the army recipes. This is what was previously your quick train tab, and any of your previous quick train tabs with the update should port across to the army recipes. From here, you can press the create new, and it brings you to this editing recipe screen whereby you can start to build your loadout. So as you're placing your heroes alongside their dedicated equipment, we can then fill in the army composition. But now we can place the clan castle troops that I would like to take with this specific loadout. And you might have noticed that if you were to make any adjustments to this, there is a saving changes at the top because it will automatically save for you. So if you didn't quite have the full army finished and you went back to the previous tab, then the army is still there and you haven't lost any of your progress building that recipe. Now, this still isn't my active army. This is just one of my quick train slots. You can, though, take your active army and save it using the button next to the army directly across to one of your quick train slots. Obviously, you can overwrite a previous one or just place that army into a specific slot. Now though, when I go to use army number 1, it will swap everything over. However, if you already have clan castle reinforcements, it will just let you know that you would have to dump those reinforcements to get the ones you actually want. But if I do want to swap back to my Electro Dragon army, then it's very easy. You can obviously rename the armies as well, exactly the same as you do at the moment with your quick train slots. And this is useful because when you're in the army screen itself, again, this army UI, this is your active army. The recipes are your loadouts, but there is this little button next to army recipes where you can easily select without having to go to the screen in order to see what the specific troops are. Back to the original point of this though, if you didn't have the clan castle troops, I've got my Electro Dragon army loaded and ready to go, and I go to request troops. Then it will instantly populate the clan castle request with those troops. But if I swap to army number 1 in this example, notice the CC request changes as well, and I don't have to go through manually adjusting any of that. The only nuisance is if you already have your clan castle filled and you swap the loadout, then you have the clan castle of that previous loadout. You have to dump the troops in order to get the new ones, but otherwise everything will instantly train. And the other thing you might have noticed is that if any of your recipes do have super troops, you don't necessarily have to go to the sauna to boost them. You still can, but it will let you know that those troops you do not have activated. And you can simply press the activate button, which pulls up the boost, and there we go. Now these super barbarians are ready. Same with the wall breaker. Let's boost those up. Good to go. The beautiful thing about this is the pets and equipment. Notice that when we do pull up the other army, all of those instantly change as well. If you did want to manually adjust any of these, you can do it from this quick selection screen or by going into the blacksmith, for example, and they would take place in your active army, not the recipe. So this allows you to adjust your active army, and then if you're happy with the changes, you can then go ahead and save it over the top of your previous army. But if it didn't work, you always know that you can just tap and go back to the original and it'll swap the equipment or pets back to what they were. You will also notice now integrated onto the army UI is an attack button. When you press this, it will pop up the attack menu where you can select the single player, practice maps, or a multiplayer attack. Also now within Clan Wars, the army button should be there so that you can change your recipes in the war screen without having to come back to the home village. But the other big change with this new army loadout system is how you donate clan castle troops. Just before we move to that, actually, I think there's one thing I missed on the recipes, and that is sharing the loadouts as a link and to the clan chat. Previously, that was just the army composition, not the hero loadouts. Now, whenever you share this, so if I go and send it to the clan chat, you can notice that the entire army composition is sent. Siege machines, the heroes, the pets, and equipment isn't displayed on this little screen, but they're all integrated into that army, even the CC requests. So it's very easy for someone to be able to copy the loadout that you're using. Don't worry about the slight bug on the dev build where it says 60 out of 60 clan castle troops. Clearly, that's not going to be the case in the live game. I did say that I would quite like to be able to drag and drop these loadouts as well, so I can put my favorite ones at the top. And the other piece of feedback I gave to the team was that on this multiplayer attack button, I'd love to have just like a little widget where it shows that drop down menu and I can just change my army composition from this screen as well. However, when it comes to donations, because there is now no troop training time, there is a cost to the troops that are donated. So when a clanmate requests troops, you can donate via loot or gems. This means if you've purchased the gold pass and you have the 1 gem donation perk, you can still use that, or obviously you can go ahead and use either elixir if it's an elixir based troop or spell, or dark elixir if it's a dark elixir based one. Whilst now you are having to use loot to donate those troops, remember you can just go out and attack as much as you want. So let's say you had to wait, I don't know, 3, 4, 5 minutes previously in order to gain those troops to then donate. Well, now you can just quickly go out and do an attack, and more than likely you will gain more than enough loot for those troop donations. Remember that they have also removed the request timer from clan perks. Previously, it was 20 minutes per request for a level 1 clan, scaling down to 10 minutes. Now it's a flat 10 minutes for everyone. Those perks have been replaced with scaling up of the amount of troops you can donate faster, but also in the gold pass, since you no longer require the training boost, there will be a donation boost, which is not active for me to show you in the developer build, but they did post about this in the news tab. And once you get to level 3, you get an 80% time reduction. So essentially you can request troops every 2 minutes. That is on top of using raid medals or even the clan castle cake to be able to fill your requests. So essentially you are going to be able to attack with full strength armies all of the time. If you are purchasing the gold pass, remember you can support a creator beforehand. My code is Judo. We get a small kickback and it is very much appreciated. You can also do this on the Supercell store where you can earn extra in-game items such as gems. Remember that the trophy system is being adjusted as well, so no longer will trophies be evenly split. Essentially, a 1-star attack you won't get many trophies from. A 2-star you'll get a lot more, but the bulk of the trophies are from gaining the 3rd star. This is to try and prevent trophy inflation from people just spamming and force closing attacks, even though you have to wait of your attack to finish before you can go into another one now. But it essentially rewards trying to actively get the 3-star and improve your strategy. Remember that these decreases in trophies are also against you as well. I've seen a lot of people talking about how they get 1 trophy offer for a 1-star, but essentially that's also happening on defense. So if you are attacking a lot and you are trying to improve and gain those stars, then you should still be able to easily climb the leagues. When is this getting released though? Whilst we are allowed to share this with you now as a bit of a sneak peek so you understand how the new system works, they did say that it would be 2 to 4 days after the update to generate clone bases so that people can just attack. Since there's going to be a lot more people attacking, there is going to be less bases to find, so that kind of fixes the clouds issue. So essentially, by the end of this week, we can expect the Clash Anytime feature with all of these new army loadouts to be released, and then we don't have to wait of troop training time anymore. Let me know your feedback down in the comments though. I'm sure the team will be looking to improve this as well. But I hope this video has helped you learn everything you need to know about the new army UI and loadouts. If you do want to see a recommended video of mine, I have one on your screen. Enjoy the rest of your day.